Boom. So we are ready to go for some Pantheon shenanigans. Let's see how this goes. Might get not in the perfect spot, but should be fine. Now, for the purposes of the Pantheon, I probably don't want to be overcharged, do I? Which means you're probably going away. What do we use instead? Smart would probably be to use something like Soul Catcher or a Spell Twister. Don't really want to use too much magic spam. Yeah, let's just work on getting through this first. So the plan is, I'll just use all I have. Basically like a strong ass bolt like this. Oh yeah, what is this anyway? But yeah, I'll use a strong ass bolt like this to try and clear these Pantheons, just so we have sorted them. Only 3 here, I thought there's 4. We're not activating any bindings, we're just gonna clear them. So we have cleared them. Because that will unlock further boss fights that I've not seen yet. And then we can also do those with no hit stuff. I don't really care much about the Godhome lore, I'm sorry. Especially if you're then gonna present me with Vengeful King. Would you like to come down here so I can fight you? Actually, that's a terrible choice for you. Probably don't want to come down here so I can fight you. During that and I couldn't see shit. Oh yeah, I forgot to change the settings that Travelings talked about yesterday. Oh well. We'll just have to tank it as is for now. Oh yeah, there's multiple fights in a row. I should actually pay attention to my health and shit. That seems important. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing I get hit by everything strats. No, we're gonna be doing the Pantheons first, and then we're gonna sort out binding stuff later. I was gonna just full send it immediately with full bindings active, but that seemed like a little bit of a silly idea. And unlocking things first so we can actually find out what the fuck we're doing is probably for the best. So I imagine this first one is gonna be no problem. I think the latter ones are gonna be pretty bad. Or at least like hard. And then we'll see for the final one, which I imagine is pretty bad. I think the final one just basically has all of the bosses. Or something similar, something silly like that. It's just a very long one if I remember correctly. So that one might be a little tough. Oops, I'm bad. Not even the fast version of her. Which is a little weird. I guess you're... Okay, I'm done. My swing didn't come out. You're probably meant to do these a little earlier than I'm doing them. But you don't... But do you get anything interesting for doing this? Like, why would you do these earlier on during progression and shit? Chair, please, come on, man. You've been fine literally all day. I could change Charm's partway through. That's probably something interesting to remember for the harder ones later. Hello, bird. This would be the sort of fight where I think a ceiling would be in order, so he doesn't just get launched off screen and you can't really attack him for a bit. That was pretty silly of me. Please fight. Missed my chance to double it on the game. I don't think this works in this phase. It does! Holy shit, I was gonna speed this up so much. Thought it was gonna be a Soul Master returned or whatever. Throwing over that guy yesterday. Yeah, but for some reason I thought that would stagger you out of your attack, which does not make sense. That's not how that works. I keep seeing this as my opportunity to shoot you with magic, and then you just shoot me with a projectile, which is about true for me. It's the Moloch, oh no! I was being lazy. I walked back into the being a little over aggressive and not really taking these fights seriously. But we'll see how long I can get away with that. Hello. May the gods destroy them. If you say so, buddy. Yes. So what do you do? Bump slash. Very similar to Zoe, funnily enough. Yeah, charges a dash like that. Well, I couldn't quite tell that he was still swinging. Wait, that hit me? I thought I parried that. So 2 swings, very slow, and then the occasional dash. Oh, yeah, there's 2 there. I am bad. Oh, look at that, second. That was faster than I expected. I see, one of you is doing the dash slash and the other is doing cyclone slash, that makes sense. I keep forgetting whose abilities are whom's. Okay, that's actually a little tricky. It's not terrible. It's a lot like the Watcher Knight fight. Alright, well, let's try the next one. I do preserve soul between these fights, don't I? So I should maybe not spam as much. If I don't really need it. This is a free one though. Wow. I was actually gonna go through them. leaves even in Godhome. There's a hello friend. Surely he's gonna do phase 2 as well. Not a fan of the right flashing. Oops, he's so slow. I shouldn't boost that, it's not really the right thing. Well, weird instance where the long death animations are helpful because you can actually heal in between hits. Would be harder if they just sent you right away. That's hard. Well, we have learned that we want to damage both of these quite a bit before we kill one off. Oops. Wow. Greetings, gamer. I'm gonna try to get a couple hits in every now and then on that phase as well. Previously, when we did the haul of individual boss fights, I only ever played that phase purely defensively, I think. We can speed this up a little bit by taking our hits there as well. I don't know, I'm just not dodging properly. It's probably because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Don't know why I'm even resting. I don't think you can really save in between these. Why I'm slow. Dude, Marmu starts off with so much speed sometimes, dude. I'm done. This is a smidge harder without the extra range from Mark of Pride. Because I have to actually time my attacks a little bit better. Greetings, Nost. Oh yeah, I learned that I didn't want to do that in no hit. Thankfully this is not no hit. Yes, the Pantheons are basically like boss rush challenges. We are long done with the main storyline. I'm doing the optional late game boss rush and adjacent challenges. Like we did over the last couple streams, we did like a hard version of each boss and then no hit on each boss. And now we're doing the actual boss rushes. These are technically story related, as in like there's a story for these. Or they unlock little story bits basically. This is like a faction that seeks out powerful beings in other lands basically. And somehow feeds on their power or something, or some weird shit like that. I don't really care for it too much. For this faction, and like for this expansion basically. In this, they are the normal fights. This is the same fight you'd have in the storyline. There are, however, in the arena where you fight individual enemies and like can refight individual enemies, there are powered up versions of the normal bosses. Most of them have very minor changes, if at all. Like, all of them have higher stats, so you don't just kill them as quickly. Hey, look, here's some dialogue I don't really care too much about. It feels like they're basically just exclusively yapping about, hey, you're shit and you will die and how dare you fight. Which is just kind of tiring after a while. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, in the individual boss challenges, there were like alternative versions of the bosses, or like stronger versions rather of the bosses. This boss rush has a couple bosses that don't exist in the normal game, like this one for example. So this is unique to this area. Oh, I thought he was gonna stagger and then he just didn't. Wow, that's a big one. I do not know this guy's moveset at all. I'm purely just attacking and hoping he dies before I do. I forgot that that's what I was doing. So yellow is like spear thingy, thrust thingy. Oh, this time he was actually staggered. That was the first one, okay. Well, whatever. So yeah, and then there's these pantheons, which are like longer lasting endurance, marathon, boss rush kind of thingies. There's 5 of them, I think, I wanna say. And the fights in here are basically the base game fights, but there are a couple fights that don't exist in the base game at all, so they are slightly different in... or rather, they are essentially the same except for when you fight something new, basically. There are bindings you can activate, which are like challenges, and like these, they nerf you in some way. Like they reduce your damage, so it's basically like not playing with a fully upgraded weapon, and they make you not able to use charms, and they make you like there's a variety of shit you can activate, basically, like 4 things. And the long-term ultimate goal for me would be to do all of these with all of the challenges active. You could do them individually, the game isn't like weird about that or anything. But I'm an idiot and like challenging stuff, so I kinda wanna do the whole... I couldn't see where the fuck those are. I didn't even know there was another one coming. Thank you again. But yeah, I kinda wanna do the hard version of this at some point. But yeah, we're starting with the normal pantheons with me at full strength, basically. So we can go through this and unlock the new bosses and see what's up. Look for any potential pain points that might be awkward when we're trying to do the hard version of this in the future with the challenges activated. Oh, you are already dead and that's still hit me. Alright, dog. Hello, hello. Hello, Collector. I was Giga trolling against you when we were doing this previously. And since we're at full power, we absolutely one-shot all of these ads, which should be very much no problem. Why? I'm done. Just kill him anymore. This is gonna be infinitely harder when we have the challenges active later. We're currently profiting from having a fully upgraded weapon, which does very, very, very high damage overall. Like, disproportionately high damage overall for the game, I'd say. Making a lot of fights so quick that you kinda don't really have to learn them or play them particularly well. We're also using very, very, very strong charms, which are like little trinket buff thingies that you can equip. I'm also using magic, because magic is really, really powerful, and you can get the soul you need to use magic very, very easily, especially with these charms and shit. So I'm doing basically the most powerful shit we can. We bow. So these fights are all a little on the chill side. This is probably gonna be on paper the hard one, at least for what we've done so far. Oh yeah, I need to double jump for the bats in this version. We don't get the good music in this version of the fight this time. A bit later now. Heal intermittently to make sure we don't accidentally die and have to do this again. I am early, whoops. Actually, this might not be the last one of this Pantheon. Wow. Didn't think you'd do that point blank. But yeah, and as I was saying, all these strong things that we're currently using, all of these go away through the bindings, basically, through the extra challenges. The game allows you to challenge yourself by removing most of the stuff that feels maybe a little too strong. Like, our health bar is so long I'd have to fuck up a lot in a row to actually die. We can accumulate a lot of mana, essentially, which is sold in this game, to use heals or spells quite a bit. We have very high damage and we have a variety of charms we can use to be stronger, and literally all 4 of these effects will be either drastically reduced or outright removed from the challenges. So we're gonna have to actually learn these fights. Sorry, my bot still does not do that, I still haven't fixed them. This is probably gonna be one of the harder ones overall. Sure, might just need to not be done. But this has some awkward moments sometimes, like that. At least we'll go into this with full health. That is also going to be a tough one, especially right after Galleon. I forgot. Also, him doing that as the first attack is so tricky because I don't get to run that all the function. I couldn't see you through the explosion, thank you. I'm playing this very poorly. I need to actually stop clicking around so much, otherwise we might actually lose. Wow, he goes from stagger to instantly attacking, good to know. We'll literally never figure out how that attack works. Hey, turtle? Hello, hello. It's Pantheon time in Cube Town. I am brain AFK needed to do this. Well, needed is a strong word, but I should have done that. This is gonna be a tough one with all the bindings as well. I imagine we can swim, I should try this. Yes, we can swim, okay. We finished the first two, yeah, this is the third one. Ah, I'm done. Oh, okay, we can one-cycle it with that much spell damage, very nice. At least I don't grow the weight off, you did, yeah. And on Pain Man himself. That one almost got me. Well, that was an overstatement, but that one was cleared. Hey, proper Hornet Blade. Why? She fucking just did it. Yeah, Shell is rough. I'm definitely gonna have to learn the Neo Master fights before we do the proper hard attempts. Oh, she died. Yes, I am dumb that I fight the Pantheon, or why would I defy the gods? Yeah, fuck me, I'm sorry, I don't give a shit. Hello, Slime. Yeah, I figured after the Neo Masters. You were next. Ooh. I guess he has all the techniques, huh? Wow, that goes fine. Oh. Very struggling to find when he is... Oh, that reached so high, holy shit. Like, I'm struggling to identify his attack falls because he's small. Like there, I thought he was still hanging out after the previous hit. Oh, there was a man face down. Trickery. Fair enough. I couldn't get all the way through. Whoa, that was fast. Ooh, okay. So I guess I should just always dodge when he comes towards me. Hard to reach him after then. Nah, I cornered myself. Very stupid way. Space in. That was a decently rough last phase. More especially all bindings anywhere so I can practice with those evils now. That is pretty neat, yeah. Trying to do that with all bindings, I'm getting the tough love from yeah, I figured I'd do the normal run first. Like I figured I'd beat the normal Pantheons first. God Seeker mode, challenge the gods of Hellenes, take your place at their peak. So that just starts me in here or something? So is it just like a new save file with all the bosses unlocked or something? Hmm. Yes, if Charlotte's arena changes if you've done the file quest, it does not. But it does change its plus walls in the fight, her club is by the grave. Yeah, I did notice that when we did Flower Quest, the club was a nice touch. During the Traitor Lord fight, it was neat. But yeah, makes sense that it's not there if you haven't done her quest. Pantheon of the Night. Seek the pure god. Let's give it a look. So these seem to be ramping up, meaning we might have to actually try a little bit here. After the first, like the first two were very, very quickly killed, but this third one was already starting to get a little tricky towards the end. Isn't there a fifth secret one or something after this? Oh, Enraged Guardian. I do that one. I walked too far. I am too greedy. Hello, West Gun. The moment I decide to send a spell for some extra damage is the one time where it would have not worked in my favor, or it didn't work in my favor. Oh god. I imagine charge attacks are actually pretty good for this side, because she does often teleport after one hit. Oh. Thought I was gonna somehow still nick that. Right behind you. Well, speaking of ow, Trader Lord. I dashed right, left accidentally, fuck. Well, he was dead anyway. Oh, White Defender. Duma. Ah, I'm bad. I'm being greedy. This is not a fight I can do according to too greedy. I dashed. Whoa, I went between the spikes. I might be the best I ever did. Oh, I forgot about the dive being an actual hook. Thank you, Magic. Doma. This is gonna be infinitely harder with the bindings like this, by the way, just to reiterate, because these don't look so bad, but they are going to be really bad with all the bindings like this. This one I did off stream, so you guys haven't seen the no-hit of this. Not that I'm doing a no-hit right now, just in general. gonna be nice because I'll have soul available for this fight, which you don't in the normal Pantheon. You don't get soul when you're hitting him normally, you only get soul when you actually hit the weak build at the top when he falls over like this. So normally when you're just hitting the armor, you're not building soul, so you can't magic him. Why, hello there, my special friend. Fuck you forever. None of your shit. You can bully me again when I'm doing this with bindings, but for now I get to revenge. Take revenge even. Why am I so slow at getting something? Other one's spawned and protected for this one. Hello, Assault Tyrant. Man, that was my reaction as well when this fight starts again. Right again. How's the summoning? Is it all your Jade fucking Heart could ever ask for? Oh, I used driving. Very nice. I was considering doing some of that, but I do want to finish this before Sun comes out. I am terrible, holy shit. Wow, that was too slow, man. The regular that's why I don't like that you fight both the normal version as well as the hard versions of these bosses, because the normal version will teach you bad habits. Like, you're expecting a certain pattern or rhythm, and then you get to the actual hard version of these fights, and the timing is so different because they're just so much faster that you're just kinda screwing yourself. To get the Jade ring, I may skip to the sequel and fight the camera. I wish you the very best of luck. In my experience with many a camera that was fighting me about life and death, I don't think I've ever successfully won. As opposed to unsuccessfully won, I'm being dumb. But yeah, I don't think I've ever fought the law and the law didn't win, you know? Greetings, Night Brothers Hollow. Your vessel. You first. Why he goes for holy shit. Ooh. Fancy. Wow. I have not seen it before. I for some reason thought I was fine just sitting in the river. I am dead, goodbye. Okay. Did I unlock you in the hall of whatever the fuck down here? Because if not, that's a little cheeky to put at the very end of this. Nope, pure vessel is unlocked, very good, let's go fight him. Some better tutorial things, but the tutorial takes place on a ship in a storm. Nice. That does sound like a fantastic time. So, are you up here? I would assume so. Since you're kind of tough. There you are. Hello. Let's have a fight. Okay, we got some learning to do. I think overall the moveset is very, very similar to the normal Hollow Knight. But some of the attack ranges are bigger and some of the tools look very different. Like I do not recognize these yet. That's, yeah, okay, if I trigger the parry, he's gonna do a dash attack that catches me walking away. That is active for longer than I thought. What is this? Okay. I think I just got lucky by standing coincidentally in the right spot. I imagine it's not a safe space to just stand in the exact fucking center of the area. So exclusive way of camera, but also controls with all Monson as you're looking at her feet half the time, and there are a few spots in the deck where going a straight line will instead have her do the rust and power spin. Yeah, that sounds like a great start to a game. Unless you're making a game specifically without fighting the camera, in which case it is unironically a great start because it immediately tells you what it's about. Too early. Oh. Yeah, I will sit down. Feels like for most of these attacks you can just dash through them. Forgetful though. Yeah, close. Wow, really? I walked further into it. Oh, I thought it was done. Never mind, I made it happen. Yeah, hopefully it'll be more funny rather than painful. Because I imagine going through fighting camera and controls and shit is usually more of a painful sort of experience than a funny sort of experience. Like, jank is definitely funny overall, but when it's starting to affect like camera and controls, then it very quickly goes to ass rather than funny. Okay, I need to be ready to very quickly just dodge after that. Oh, oops. Oh, I couldn't quite see what I was doing there. I'm being bad, I need to play more actively. It seems like if you're starting to fall behind, it's very, very hard to come back into the fight. This is mean to put at the end of a long-ass boss rush of normal bosses that you've done dozens of times and are pretty easy. Or potentially done dozens of times. I'm bad. Dash too early because I couldn't quite tell what he was doing. Oh, what the fuck? New attack. I wish there was a phase transition so I could tell when that's gonna start happening. My character is a fucking creature with a massive ass foot for the old reasons. Yeah, I saw you posting a picture on Discord. That does look very, very classic for that day and age of games. Oh, that hits very far behind him as well. I keep instinctively just dashing into him, which is not always a good idea. You teleport away from me and then do the fucking PvA, what the fuck? Ah, piss. Pretty sure it's not good to picture the way things moves. It's like two fat ass lentils snuggling constantly. Exactly your game. Let's fucking go. I love that we're back to slow ass intros. Slow ass intros before hard boss fights that are probably meant to be done multiple times is one of my favorites. I couldn't really get closer there, could I? I am fucking stupid. Okay. Don't always get 2 heals there, I should just not wait for 2. Okay, you can't just walk away from them. I can probably dash away. Too early. I should always dash there, or not dash there, I should always do a normal jump there first before doing the dash, because if it's the later stage version where he does the weird black tentacle shit that he did, I need to be in the air above it rather than on ground level dashing through it. Yeah, as opposed to double jump or dashing or something. I'm not recognizing that. Why? I thought he was gonna teleport or something. That is too fast. I need to not be greedy with position and just take the nearest safe one. He spawned a circle right there, remember? God damn it. Basically made sure I could do this on this a couple times before going back to this Pantheon. Yeah, that's what I'm planning. I'm gonna probably try the no-hit stuff as well. I'm not putting on the overcharm thing as I did for the other ones, because I need to learn this attack set first. I'm currently just getting hit by every second attack roughly, so I just get to try less and have to look at this cutscene more if I do overcharge stuff now. I need to dash there again immediately. Let me just another attack on that. I was dashing right though. Okay, never mind. That's awkward spacing. I do not like that attack if only for the visual noise. I had so much trouble even seeing him there. I got very unlucky with the attack choice there, although I probably would have gotten it by multiple of them. Ugh, terrible. fine. Hey, I'm fucking stupid, help. I need to stop autopiloting and actually look at what he's doing and recognizing it immediately. I cannot afford to do like a default thing for this because every single attack needs a different response and it's a little too hard. And overall, I mean, I don't want to get it a little soon. Speaking of, didn't time that correctly? Okay. I tried to go through him, but I didn't have my visibility yet. Forward to do autopilot shot, I need to always react to what he's doing. Honestly, when in doubt, I should always try to go through him rather than away from him. I was slow as hell. Do I just immediately jump if he teleports? Seems like none of the teleporting attacks go upwards very much aside from the dagger spray thing, through which I can probably dash even if I jump preemptively. I didn't have a dodge to go through in there though. So if he does that right after I attack him after the projectile spray, I don't get to dodge. I have to then be able to jump immediately on reaction. Well, I didn't recognize what he was doing there. I accidentally dodged forwards instead of backwards. I am mad a little bit there, what was saying. Okay, dude. I do not love that fucking everything is filled with light attack where the screen shakes and everything is bright and shiny and you can't really tell what's going on and then he doesn't attack through that. That shit sucks fucking ass. I can't dodge that on reaction, you need to. Or jump that on reaction, you need to dodge. Okay, sure, whatever. Hi. Just go through him, you fucking complete piece of shit. I think I'll try for a little bit what happens if I just jump between every attack. I need to dodge through that effect if I trigger the parry. Oops, I was not ready. I thought I triggered the parry stance because it went clunk, but apparently that was just a fake out noise and he instead does I am not ready. He instead does the funny AoE thing that kills me if I stay near him. Very good, thank you. Love that noise happening but the parry not happening. They probably mean that as a generosity, because like it means, oh, you were already swinging, let's not be mean and make you trigger the parry immediately as it starts up, but then the noise happens and your brain might think, hey, the parry noise happened, so you fucked up like there, for example, as well. The parry noise happened, but it didn't actually trigger the attack. I am terrible at identifying shit. Yeah. I couldn't quite tell what do I do at that spacing? Still, I guess? Jumping works really well, I just need to be able to... How's my wrist starting to hurt today? What the fuck? Not really doing anything different. Yeah, I just need to be able to identify the projectile attack quickly enough. Terrible start, I'm fucking stupid. That's a shockingly scary attack for that type of attack where spikes come out of the ground. Probably just due to the speed, really. Oh, he staggered inside of me, so I went out of my invincibility and died immediately. That was a stupid play anyway. I should learn to dodge the attacks rather than just send Descending Dark for no reason. That being said, I would like to see the Ascended version and see if there's anything different. So I should maybe just use some magic spam to get through this so we can see the proper version. I am stupid. I overcorrected. I should have jumped immediately rather than going for a second though. Oh, that is so active, holy shit. I didn't have my dodge available yet, so I couldn't afford to swing there. I should probably only take one hit then. The second one brings me into a very bad timing for... dodging the grounded attacks, and it might accidentally also trigger the parry, which is similarly scary. And there also me trying to go for a second swing made me too late to dodge some melee attacks, which is funnily enough exactly what I was talking about. I thought I could just power that for some reason. That really is the main pain point for the strategy. You know, recognizing that predict our shit too much. Fast enough for them. Again, not recognizing the different range attacks. Ugh. I could have made that too if I had just committed to my plan. Me love waiting. Waiting, my favorite thing in video games. Oh, that didn't hit me nice. I couldn't do anything. You did that from so far away, I was not ready for that. This wasn't too bad. I hope they didn't do anything too fucked up for the hard version. I imagine he does 4 damage. I walked into it, and yeah, he does 4 damage. So 4 damage and more health is probably what I'm assuming. Maybe if at all more health. He wasn't exactly flimsy in the other version either. Why am I even doing? He teleported in front of me as I'm walking. Like, he teleported at most 2 pixels away from me there while I was walking towards him. That is messed up, man. Is that the power of the Ascension? Is that the power that you get in Godhome, is to just teleport directly where the player is moving with, like, basically no distance? Because Marcos sure was using that to his advantage. I actually can't stand up for someone if I'm precision. Yeah, I had to move too far away there with my dash. All personnel, geezer, right, yeah. And in back of him. If only in back of me, then he wouldn't even fucking hit me if I'm walking forward. That's the in front of me part that kills me. Right, Nestrat? Hello. Nestrat, have you shown DK the video you linked me the other day, by the way? I think he'd be the kind of man to get something out of that sort of video as well. I was very greedy there, holy shit. I autopiloted. I died. Video something like that. I can link it to you later if you're curious. Or in this chat can link it to you if you want. Or if you want, rather. If they want. Watch at your own peril is what I will say. It is one of the videos of all time. Like, genuinely, it is a very, maybe not everyone should be watching this sort of video, in my opinion. I imagine DK is into it because he's into some fucked up shit. Your recommended has been through worse. Okay, let me actually try to focus again. I dashed too early. I recognized it earlier, so I dashed as I recognized it, but I'm used to recognizing it late, so my timing was actually not good there. I didn't recognize that for a second. I am not quite good. That was a cheeky spot for you to do that. I missed my double jump. Hand malfunction. I couldn't press the button a second time. I recognized the attack and everything. Thank you for that already. I think he'd do the melee attack from literally full screen. Why not? Why not do that from as far away as possible? I didn't recognize it in time. Fuck's sake, that's gonna kill me during the mode one as well. I'm gonna be sad. I didn't have him into the video. Oh, that goes so far, I keep forgetting. Fuck's sake. I guess he's right to use that from full screen, but it just feels wrong. I was kinda gaming there for a bit. I should be not greedy and follow my plan, but following your own plan is hard when you could instead be greedy and die. Again, should just follow my plan. My plan works a lot, but I need to swing a second time, because doing one more swing is definitely the solution to every single problem of my life. Instead of just playing it slow and steady, I just swing an extra time and do a little bit of damage and then fucking die. Very good indeed. I think that's the only attack where I can consistently get 2 hits. That was very good. I'm probably spaced and I got punished this time. It's not really just probably spaced, I'm just struggling with it. Recognize that. I guess if I don't know how to easily differentiate that from the dagger spray. Again, especially with the lack of visible phase transition, it's hard to tell when I'm even having to be on the lookout for that attack. I guess I just have to go by like, this feels like the fight is past. Has gone on for long enough. Fuck, I need to not do that. Almost like I have a plan for that. That I should just be following, but I'm not following because I'm done. Projectile spray into teleport projectile spray is really catching me off guard almost every single time. How do I deal with that? I should... I just need to recognize it in time, I think. There's not really that much I can do about it. Just need to actually react. And also be mentally there when the fight starts, yep. I did it too early. It's pretty doable though. The spray pattern is actually slightly different depending on the spacing between me and the boss, huh? Or maybe it's random, but I think it's spacing dependent. I was thinking that if I see the black tentacle shot, but I see it too late, so I can't double jump anymore, that maybe I could go to the opposite direction and try to outrange it. But the problem there is that if it's instead the dagger spray, then the daggers probably go far enough to still punish me for that. And I was thinking maybe if the angle is high enough, that I can maybe still just not have to avoid the daggers because I'll be too far away for them to hit me. Like, they'll be too low to the ground. I am getting done. I am done. That is pretty dodgeable if you're roughly in the same situation that I want to be in always. Like if I'm in the normal flow and things have been going well, then that's pretty dodgeable because it always, like the spears always appear at the same spacing, at the same distances from him. So if you're like used to being in front of him and you do like a tiny bit of movement, you're usually fine. Whereas in this case I was like dashing further away than I usually am, and so I lost the spacing and got it. I guess there's nothing wrong with running away from the daggers rather than going through them. I don't need that one extra hit opportunity. Ah, fuck, I was thinking about something else. Yeah, I was thinking that it's time for this attack to start showing up. I was so greedy, I can only afford to do 2. There we go, okay. That's not so bad. We can do this no hit. I'm a little worried that I might be panicking a bit during the actual Pantheon. But as long as things are going alright, like while I'm following my plan and nothing terrible has happened, it's very doable. When things start going wrong, it's very easy to get off rhythm and die. I didn't power down because I'm bad. I swung sideways. Unlucky. Check something. I am shocked, I love that. It's a good sign though, because it means that even if my strats don't perfectly work out, because maybe I'm doing something wrong in a panic, and it's still doable. I need to not swing that twice, actually. I got away with it twice in a row. That is not consistent. Same there, I can only do 2. If I do a third one, I'm risking. I'm in the circle. I also pushed myself backwards into it from doing the fireballs. That was not smart. Yeah, this is a very doable one. It's hard to not fuck up. But he is very patterny, I guess. I need to leave if that happens to me. If I'm jumping early on recognize a second fucking dagger spray, then I need to abandon ship instead of going towards anything. Maybe if I just linger and fall down a little bit before the dash, it works, but that looks very spicy. I am a little closer than I should be. I missed the pogo! Fuck. Mark of Pride would have won me the game. Unlucky. Should have gone and overjumped. I recognize that hunter to attack so fast though, that's a good sign. Great progress. He wasn't late on that, he should be a little lower HP. I thought he was doing the other thing. Thank fuck that was going up there. I actually don't know how to transition out of that pogo above him during the Black Tentacle attack. If I'm right on top of him, I want to get back down to the ground so I can go follow the plan again, but that seems a little tricky or risky at times. Don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I think with that we can go give it a shot. Is it this way? No, it's the other way. What is that anyway? It's not this one, it's over here. Okay. I'm gonna take a bathroom break partway through the run, but let's go. I think this was pretty chill up to the final boss, so that should be good. I'm so fucking greedy. Absolutely no reason, it's not like we're speedrunning this or anything. He got to summon labels one last time. What a win. Good for him. You got shit on of it last time. Kinda getting shit on again, although I was a little lucky there, wasn't it? Oops. I don't know why is it so close to him, fucking movement going on. Excuse you, I couldn't hear the audio cue because of the fucking sound company. Muffling thingy, whatever. Honestly, this fight went fantastic last time, but I feel like this fight may as well have, or go completely the other way or this way around, like this time around. Like, I think the fact that it went so well last time was more or less like a fluke, and this fight could just be shot if it wants to be. So I'm not gonna take anything for granted and go heal and shot whenever I have the chance. That was a generous landing. I thought I was gonna hit the spikes. Oops. I mean, okay, never mind. Yeah, I guess since it's not the Ascended version, she dies, or they die fast enough, that doesn't really matter. So it's probably fine. I'll try to look. I am trash. flee further first. Okay, we're actually dying to try to lure in the game. We're not going to try to lure. Wait, defender. I like this fight, I think. Why do I keep thinking that that's the thing that works during this? It's not the thing during this. There's a bit of a wall there. I mistimed the fucking dash so hard. Could've killed in there if it was better. But it was indecisive. Okay, let's go take a piss. I say let's go, as though you guys are also now mandated P-break. So yeah, off you go, to the bathroom, well, you lot. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good bathroom break. Let's go. I'm gonna fail this pure vessel fight at the end. It'll be a little sad. Why did I think I was safe there? Yeah. I'll take the damage for you. You suck a shit, or for fast repairs. I should not have wasted my soul for the fun of it at the end.
Mine.
Come on. Okay, please. I just hate that fight now. This is just over. That fight will never recover in my eyes. I'll always hate it, I think. Need to actually be a little bit more careful and stop getting that every now and then. opportunities during this fight after this one, so. What am I fucking cooking? I am bad, holy shit. What am I doing? Oh, that's why it felt like there was one more than I'm used to last time, because we don't have the chandelier up here playing. Makes total sense on my side. Would be funny if there was a hidden chandelier somewhere in Godhome that you could crush to make this fight also one less minute. Everything's going. I missed. Wow, that's pretty good. I ruined myself yesterday on that fucking attack. I don't know. I feel like I used to have that pattern now, no problem. And ever since we got kind of stuck here yesterday, I just unlearned everything about that attack in particular. I keep accidentally swinging upwards. Now I want to do sideways and then dash through him. But I'm dead, so it's not happening. Take the one hit and finish this a lot more quickly. And do the other one side down. Oh, well, that might not have been the time to do that. Hello! Okay, let's see if the practice is gonna pay off. Nope. I mean... I genuinely could not have done that worse if I tried. It was exactly as I had predicted. I'm gonna be off rhythm from the start and then just fucking immediately die on my first attempt in that fight in the Pantheon. Even though it was even the like easier version and everything. Of course it has to be the Pantheon that has the fucking Soul Tyrant in it as well. Can't that be in like the one previous Pantheon so we don't have to fucking fight that fight over and over? That fight is so fucking tedious. I guess now that we're not no-hitting that, we could maybe spend some soul on it. But that being said, I might actually want to try to keep the soul for the pure vessel fight right after. I am playing like absolute garbage. I was literally just kind of pressing buttons. Okay, let's try to do this a little bit properly, so we actually do get it on this try. That would be nice. I hit the side of the platform. Oops. Slow and steady and safe. He does it again. What am I doing? What am I just standing there? I keep fucking it up. Help. Lame. Alright, thank you. I have absolutely nothing against you, I just want to move on with my life. Oh, right, we need to heal because we have a hot spring. Game falling rocks. I mean, I got around those maybe. Fair enough. Fuck you. Salt Fire now, right? Oh yeah, I forgot what you guys know. Actually, not ideal. Especially if I'm playing like this. Yup. because I'm gonna need a lot of unnecessary damage here, and I'm not gonna be able to full here, because I'm dead. I struggle so much with telling what the attack is coming when it's this much screen shake and shit. I'll be able to full heal during soul turns, which is now I think right. So maybe I won't fuck up too hard at least. Wow, I fucked that up so hard. Not hard enough to actually get hit, but still. I'll just do that, fuck it. That is not a better way of doing it. I need to just do what I did before. Yay, we got a triple. Why am I throwing a fireball down? Just tell them. Yeah, that was very kind of him to spawn on ground level. Okay, we have another train. Let's not fuck this up. So let's not be greedy. We get our one hit, and then we leave, and then we play it safe, and then we jump whenever he teleports every single time for every single hit. And we should be big chilling. Whoa, he teleported on top of me. I hate when he does that. I couldn't tell what he was doing. I fucking panicked. Why am I so fucking garbage? I'm wasting so many minutes of my life in this boring ass fucking challenge run. Oh man, I hate this sort of shit. That's why I don't like these sort of like pure endurance boss rush type things. If you do a very long, very hard thing that's like consistently challenging, okay, sure, that's one thing. But everything up to the final boss of this is pure boredom. Not like, okay, fuck you, you were already dead. But yeah, not like the worst shit of all time. Some of it goes pretty quickly, but it's not exactly particularly interesting. And then the final boss is new, does good damage, has a pretty difficult moveset to get into, is easy to fuck up, and if you mess up, if you die, you have to do the entire thing over. I don't know, that's just not my preference, I suppose, for like challenge shit. Give me a hard individual fight, even if it takes me a while to figure it out, like... We did just end up no-hitting this new boss as well, so it's... I don't mind the difficulty, it's just... Making me sit through this shit first makes me just play like a fucking idiot. As in, I'm not really getting to use this sort of shit to practice. Like, because I'm just like throwing myself at the boss to make it die faster. Consider multi-enable checkpoints. I'm never gonna do that, but I can't blame you for doing that. Because I don't know. I think the last one is like even significantly longer because there's more bosses, so it's gonna have the same thing where we're gonna get to the final boss, it's gonna be really fucking hard, we're gonna die, then we're gonna go and learn the final boss, know it eventually, and then we'll have to send runs until we fucking can do it in one go. But I don't know, it's just not really my preference, and mostly because it's definitely like a weakness of mine, I suppose, because I already struggle so much with just focusing, as we were able to tell the last couple of streams, especially on the last one. That was really rough. So making me do a bunch of shit first is just, especially if it's repetitive, like on the first run through this, yeah sure, that was fine, I was having fun. But on repeated attempts, it's just like my brain checks out so hard, mere seconds into this. Thankfully, the endurance part of it isn't particularly hard in this one, so I don't... Even if I mentally check out quite a bit, aside from like small fights like this one is fun, so I don't mind it, but this one's also alright. But for a lot of these, I'm just kinda autopiloting. Thankfully, again, it's not that hard, so autopiloting is good enough for most of these. But that's not particularly fun or interesting either. That just means you're at that point just going through the motions, which should not be what a challenge feels like, in my opinion. That was too much momentum. Yeah, I can't do it on this one. I am fucking trash. It's basically a really long run back and you can just turn off for the duration of it. On the other hand, the game in general has helped me develop the patience I realized I'd lost over the years, so I plan to keep going because I found that beneficial to me personally. But yeah, I agree fundamentally. Like I said, it's in the fact that it is not so difficult in this version of the Pantheon. Again, I think the last one is harder and longer and shit, so maybe I'll change my mind on that one. But it is fine to occasionally be forced to do it. I'm just a little pissed at myself for not just fucking doing it. And I'm also just overall not fond of this level thing like I keep saying. So it's like not my cup of tea, while also like me being just mad at myself for fucking up. Hey, it's floating, it's cheating. So, yeah, I don't mind that much that the game is making me do this. I mind that I'm fucking up and I prefer the no-hit stuff over the longer form, hey, do everything in one go stuff. I also think, and I think this was pretty obvious during the no-hit all the bosses thing, that there aren't that many interesting fights in this game, like long-term interesting. Most of these are very, very pattern-y, so like once you get them down, oh, this is a fantastic situation for me. once you get them down, there's not really that much left to do. So, as an example, regular Grim is very, very simple once you've developed a feeling for his attacks. Because he, due to the fact that he also teleports, he kind of makes you experience the same situation over and over again. And while you're still learning the fight and you don't have a solution to every one of these situations, that's difficult because it comes pretty quickly and like, oh look, you have to identify which attack he's doing in record time basically, and then deal with it in the correct, or with the correct response. It's like it's basically an elaborate quick time event essentially, and that can be tricky. However, there are only so many buttons to press and so many responses. And after a while, I find that that becomes a little limiting and a little boring in that regard. Due to the fact that he teleports and like basically turns himself into a quick time event, it's like once you've found an option or an answer for each of these, it's just about like doing it long enough until he dies. Which isn't that engaging. Like it's like you've solved a puzzle, you've found an answer to each of these things, now you just have to do it until it's over. And I think some of these bosses are like that, especially some of the harder ones, like Grim. Especially the Nightmare King Grim is like very punishing, very fast in his attacks, but still follows the exact same formula, where once you have an answer to each of the attacks, you just have to like execute it consistently and speedily. And the other fights are a little shit. Like, I think this game has a lot of actually not great fights that are either like one idea or a concept and then that's it, or they are mostly uninteresting and harmless, but mostly harmless because you are doing a lot of damage or have a lot of health, so any like awkwardness in the design doesn't stand out so much. But it's not a very exciting suite of bosses to go through, is really what it boils down to, in my opinion. There are like a lot of not particularly exciting ones in this. And some of the ones that I think are fun are only fun because you can do them very quickly and efficiently. Like Trader Lord, for example, with the setup that I've been using. He dies really quickly, and I get to attack him a lot, and it's very fast-paced, but it's also very, like... It's easy to mess up, you kinda gotta stay in the flow and, like, do roughly the right thing. But as long as you're doing it correctly, it's very fast, it's very snappy, it doesn't drag on, it's great. And this fight is kinda the opposite, where, like, most of what you're doing on each of these attacks individually isn't particularly exciting, but the fight just drags forever. Like, conceptually this is a good fight, but it's, like, hampered by some of these attacks being a little too dull. Wow, that was an awkward spin for me. Like, a little too dull and, not fun to evade, with unfortunately having long evade phases during this fight. So I think, I don't know, there are a lot of not particularly great fights, basically. Hornet 1 is essentially a waste of time in my opinion, because she's very, very slow and doesn't really do anything. Marmu is like a fun gimmick once, and then afterwards is boring. In general, most of the ghost bosses fall into this category, except some of them, when you turn up the difficulty, are a little egregious in how, like, tough they are to deal with and how bullshit their attacks are and shit. Like, they're just not super well designed overall and not super exciting overall, I find. So that also discourages me from doing a boss rush. It is simply very hard to make a game with a lot of bosses and have all of them be bangers. Like, that just kind of doesn't happen. Wait, I can heal. I should use the Stardust to heal. I am fucking this up a lot. For no reason. I am so bad. I didn't see what he was doing. I thought he raised his arm to shoot at me. Instead he teleports. Because the motherfucking camera needs to move away from the boss if I am just readjusting my location in the fucking arena. And we're back to being asleep for 10 minutes, hell yeah. Let's no-hit all of these. I'm telling myself this is not happening, I'm just telling myself that for the sake of entertainment. Also, I don't count that as a hit, because he was already dead. It's pretty arbitrary, but just, I don't know. Just so that we can continue this idea. That was pretty close. Okay, fair enough. And like the worst part about it, on some level it's easy to argue, oh, but it's like practice for the bindings pantheon, right? Like if you're doing these later when they're hard, and you are not strong, rather, then obviously you want to have this practice, right? But that's genuinely, literally not true. This is not good practice at all for the harder version with the bindings, because you have to play very differently with the bindings. You have less damage, so you can't one-shot enemies that you're now one-shotting. You have less soul gain, or rather less soul capacity, so you can't just hoard a bunch of spells and then blast a second phase with them or something like that. So you do have to actually play very differently for the binding stuff, so it's not even good practice. It's just kind of busy work, and I don't know. I jumped, oh, come on. Yep, that makes sense. I am slightly spacing. Oh, that's the... didn't last me long enough for me to do what it is. Yeah. I don't know why I got that. I don't know why I'm staying 7. Wait, I was actually 1 hit away from that there. Whoops. Yeah, look how fast-paced, but still pretty tricky that fight is. If I'm doing everything great, then I can hit him so many times so quickly that he dies really, really fast. But if I fuck up, I also die pretty fast. This is a fun fight for a challenge like this, in my opinion. Because you mechanically still have to do a lot of shit. I am fucking trash. But the fight doesn't linger on too long. Why am I so trash? I can't believe I'm fucking this up. There we go. That was kind of the easiest setup I could have gotten for the infinite juggle, and I still almost bolted up. I mean, I got hit multiple times, so I did very much bolt it up. Anyway, I'll just stop yapping and instead just win. How about it? For no reason, let's go. That's a lot of rocks. All of these are payback. the dash first. Go all the way through them then. That's not easy, they're pretty big. Why move backwards while you're winding up for a roll that goes forwards? Please explain. Wait, is it good? I think it's over there. Well, yeah. I got baited again. Thank you, I'm not doing that, so it doesn't matter nearly as much. There you go again. Just stick with the plan this time. Then you don't need to do any weird improvisation or any fucking clutch recoveries or anything like that. You just go with the plan, you'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. I am doing dumb shit. Chill. Focus, do the thing that you practice. I couldn't see what they were doing. And then instead of remembering that the fight immediately continues because I'm fucking dumb and I've tried too many no-hit bullshit things, my brain thinks, oh, I got hit, it's over, time to log out. Dumbass, no, it's not fucking over. It's only over because you fucking immediately think it's over and just stop fucking paying attention. God damn it. Yeah, fuck you. What are you gonna do? Kill me? Yeah, I'd like to see you try. I'm such a fucking idiot. I did have a couple of the harder situations to deal with in that fight. It's not just me being bad. Like those are like the projectile shit into projectile shit is one of the things that my strategy is not super good at dealing with. I can do it, but it's hard. Like I need to actually react and identify what's going on in time. And then I have like 2 options for backup strategies. So it's definitely a little trickier. Some of the other hits were fucking pure stupidity though. I might die here. I'm low HP. I've been fighting this episode. I'm also just not respecting those darn balls at all. Not a single possible or like juggle phase, how dare you? I want to practice juggle phase. I can't tell you what the next boss is. Oh right, that's mid. Okay. Oh, I can control the rules now. Oh, even when the when the bug is out of the shell, I can still get dream messages from dream nailing the shell. That is funny. The shell itself is dreaming, but it's dreaming from the perspective of the bug that used to be inside of it. What are the lore implications? Why am I doing this? I don't know. You're about to be done. Literally not so young on the attacks because you're a bit of a player. I have insane spacing and that's definitely all in control because I'm just a black button. It's definitely an outlook. Oh, the lag from him dying made it so my dash was too early. Oh, it was so cool for a moment there. Why did I just dash sideways? Is this it or is there one more? Like that's it. This really is worse Pantheon. This has Soul Tyrant and Marco. Like, how much worse could a Pantheon be? Why did not manage to look? Terrible execution. Where did you even find this guy? I didn't find this guy for you. You're making this guy up. Again with a double projectile turret. I am bad. No, you piece of shit! I noticed it and I couldn't cancel out of the healing in time to move. You fucking suck so much ass, man. I am so fucking bored. Help. I was right to hate this fucking DLC before I even played it, man. This is fucking trash. Ugh, fuck me. I do bad. Actually, would have been a Dodge Master moment. Destroyed. No. I am he's not phasing, okay. Oh, nice! I knocked myself out of the stun by standing inside of him when he roared. So I took damage, which knocked me out of the roar, and I got to attack him again. Hell yeah, Strats. I tried to jump first, but I think the freeze frame ate my thing I tried to dash the other side, but sure enough, the answers. Why do I firewall? What the fuck? You know, I just realized that this is kind of worst case scenario, because usually I was saying to Bango the other day that, like, at least, like, when you're doing the sort of challenge shit, like, you're doing the no-hits and fucking, whatever the fuck it's called, I keep forgetting. Funny god game. Damn it, I can't remember. Anyway, like, when he's doing the no-hit challenges in that game, for example, people still watch, and so, like, why wouldn't people watch, like, me trying to do the dumbass godhome thing? And I said, like, yeah, well, at least you manage to sometimes just shut the fuck up and focus on the game. Whereas I just have this incessant need to constantly yap and explain my thoughts. Everhood, thank you. I don't know why that name will not stick in my brain. I genuinely don't know. I have such a hard time remembering it. Anyway, I was basically saying at least you manage to shut the fuck up and log in every now and then, whereas I'm just like constantly yapping and making myself lose by being distracted or not focusing enough on the actual game. And we've had kinda the critical worst sort of iteration of this now while I'm doing this, where I am shutting the fuck up and not actually yapping constantly. So you might think that would be a good thing, but it's happening for the wrong reasons. I have nothing to say, so my brain is just drifting away while I'm going through the motions for the, like, 10th time or whatever. Or in this, the case of this fight, like, 50,000th time or some shit. So I am now shutting up, so it seems like I might be locked in, but instead I'm just kinda... I'm just thinking about other shit. For no real good reason. So just, yeah, it's kind of the worst of both worlds. Although I guess no commentary is sometimes better than me yapping about how I suck or how game bad for the 10,000th time. Especially when realistically neither of those are quite true. See, that's what I was talking about. I don't know how to get out of the pogo situation there without running the risk of getting it. You know, you're making this just about the meanest thing imaginable right now, buddy. You gotta chill the fuck out. I thought it was the shadow shit. It is so hard to differentiate. At least that was an honest mistake, that last one. But fuck me, he was definitely on the warpath there in terms of moveset. There were like at least 4 instances where he did the same fucking attack twice in a row, which was just about the worst case scenario for me. And then there's also like a lot of fucking Black Tentacle spam the moment the phase transition happened. So that is the hard shit of the fight, and he did a lot of it. Plus multiple other fucking dumbass motherfucking go fuck yourself, I can't see shit game circle attacks. My fucking favorite in this fucking game. Let's overload the screen with effects and make it so that you have to track multiple things, while visual noise is making it very difficult to even track one thing. I do think I might have some sort of, like, visual impairment or disability or something, because that sort of shit is really frustrating to me. Like, I think I'm more sensitive to, like, that sort of visual noise shit than the average person, because I keep complaining about that a lot, and I often struggle to see shit in situations like that. visual stuff. Yeah, like when as in, like, I don't know if you were here for the previous attempt, I don't know, but like the in situations where there's a lot of like clutter on screen, like a lot of visual noise, a lot of flashing lights and effects and shit, and you, or like screen shake that is strong as well, like that sort of shit, I find it very, very, very hard to lock in and see the thing I'm supposed to be paying attention to and like focus on it. And to a degree that's obviously intended and meant to be the case, but I think I'm like more sensitive to that than maybe the average, because I feel like I don't know, some of these might not be as bad as I'm making them out to be, I guess, to most people, but I don't know, I just can't fucking tell exactly what's going on most of the time. Certainly sorry, I'm not sure it's very tight or how prescription is it, or maybe even just monitor. I did change monitor recently, and I've not really experienced the difference in that, so I don't think it's that specifically. But yeah, it might be like glasses related. I also just have not great eyes in general. And I need new glasses, and have been for a while, so there are definitely like factors that make it a little worse than it maybe should be. I need to social edge. He fucking was being cheeky there at the end with the pattern switch up. It's hard to gauge because older games were more visually simplistic because they couldn't render a lot of things modern games are capable of. Infinite bullshit on screen. I say modern games is this game isn't overall difficult. Yeah, but I know what you mean. Yeah, that's probably also true. I just generally have a thing for as much visual clearness, or clarity rather, as possible in especially games that are like meant to be challenging or where that sort of shit is important. Like, I'm a fan of how, for example, games like Counter-Strike in modern iterations that are more competitive, or at least the competitive versions of maps, have like less doodads and shit on the map, so you have less shit to distract you from the thing you're actually supposed to look at. I liked playing Quake because in like Quake Live, for example, the default would be to play like the maps have basically nothing really going on in them in terms of like actual additional clutter or anything else like that. It's basically just, hey, you can see exactly what you need to see. The player models for enemies would be defaulted to being like one of the normalized enemy types with like a very bright green color scheme that absolutely stands out from everything else in the game. And I think this sort of maybe excessive because it's a competitive as fuck game, so like it makes sense for that sort of game. It doesn't need to be that way in a game like Hollow Knight, obviously. But I do think that sort of like being able to focus specifically on only the important parts and like being, or maybe even sacrificing other shit to make the clarity as high as possible is a good thing overall. And I don't know, on the flip side, if games don't have many options for you to do that sort of shit, I find that pretty annoying. So like, even though I like this game a lot, it annoys me that there is no main menu type option where you can just reduce the screen shake or the effect of some of the, or the intensity of some of the effects and shit. And for normal play, I keep saying this, but like for normal play it's fine because most of the bosses aren't meant to be particularly hard, or like you can have upgrades and shit. It's a Metroidvania, so you're supposed to, like, if you find something very hard, you go elsewhere and explore and you find upgrades or more powerful tools or whatever. And then you can come back and make it a lot better for yourself. You also don't need to, like, no-hit the bosses or whatever. There, for example, due to the screen shake and all the shit going on, I could not tell that that guy was swinging a sword. I had a feeling he might, and I ignored that feeling. But that was feeling based off of just like, hey, I'm in the situation where he might swing a sword, and that would be the sort of thing that would happen, so I based off of that, I figured, okay, he's probably swinging a sword, but visually seeing it and reacting to it in that moment, I would have found really, really hard. And this happens to me a lot in this fight. It's not gonna happen anymore because there's no more other enemies, so there's no more excessive screen check happening in some of these moments. Can read SL5 as sometimes. Sorry, I'll read the rest of the messages in a second. I'll just finish to the god guy. Ah, fuck. Die. I'm so impatient with this fight at this point, fuck me. Alright, TY4 joining and hanging out quickly. Good luck with your own gaming. Hope it goes well. Okay, a bit similar. There's a point where clutter and shit actually makes me instinctively angry. I'm reasonably sure it's a symptom of ADD, autism, where those kind of distractions are significantly more profound, and I've been diagnosed with the former and have a lot of overlap into the latter, but there's like, not worth diagnosing in addition to it. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that I have the latter, no, the former. I say, yo, I read that wrong. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have ADD or something that's just not been diagnosed, because I really struggle to focus, and it probably was because as a kid I was more of a like spaced out, just sitting there and being in my own world sort of thing, rather than a hyperactive sort of thing. And I don't have that much like like, what's the right term for it? Like I don't have too much, my hands don't need to be permanently active doing things, but I do, however, constantly or almost constantly move some part of my body. Is just often something more a little subtle, so I think it just never really got noticed. Also, I'm from a generation where that wasn't really as like intensely observed and as hot of a topic, so unless you happen to be sent in for something super obvious, you probably weren't gonna get diagnosed anyway. So I think I have a similar issue, at least some degree of that. So yeah, could be that it's related to that sort of shit. Honestly amazed that people can read SF6 as SF5 sometimes. Yeah, so I think for games like that, they also have issues with visual clarity, and there are even some costumes specifically that were banned in the past for like Street Fighter 4 and 5 because they were more visually noisy and more annoying to decide what the fuck the character is actually doing with those. There's also been at least one stage that's been banned because of motion sickness. The classic, hey, two people fighting on a flying plane thingy was remastered in 5, and that one causes some people motion sickness, so it's been banned for tournaments. So, like, there's definitely an issue with broad visual stuff. For the actual relevant gameplay stuff, you often have options to turn down the amount of things that are going on in the backgrounds, like the stages are cluttered and often noisy in a way. And there are options to turn that down. Not completely remove them, although you can probably do that with mods pretty easily. So for the background stuff, you can either pick a stage that you find not very bad. You can even pick the training stage and just have that always, although I have explicitly removed that from my rotation and I've never used it, even for when I'm actually training. Which is basically just a blank wall with some lines on it, so you can judge distances and shit. So there are ways of reducing that part. For the actual stuff that happens during gameplay, I think there isn't that much going on, and some of it is intentionally distracting. To move away from Street Fighter, there are attacks in, for example, Guilty Gear, or at least I can cite one example off the top of my mind, where a character does an attack that causes an explosion, and you can act during that explosion, and you can trick the opponent by hiding your attack, whether it's like a high or low, during that explosion time specifically, and making it harder to see. So sometimes this, like, there's something cluttering the screen is actually used as a tool, and probably intended by the devs, at least in that specific instance. Other times, the clutter is only bad when it's going horribly wrong. Like, one of the characters that does a lot of zoning in Street Fighter 6, for example, that is like a very keep away, I shoot you from across the screen sort of guy, has moments where there's a shit ton going on, but that is when he uses like a special ability that summons a specific shit ton of things. So that's also kind of more part of the I'm overwhelming you now actively thing, which makes it a lot more palatable for me. And for the rest of it, in a game like Street Fighter, which is moderately tame, I think, for fighting games, it comes down to just what you're used to. You learn to visually distinguish this is the important part from this is the unimportant part, as in all of these kinds of games anyway. And there's thankfully not that much unimportant stuff going on. Street Fighter 6 specifically also has a lot of good tells and cues, especially audio cues, for what's happening. And that really, really helps. There was a guy at EVO, I think last year, that was blind, and they actually won a couple games in tournament as a blind person playing with the, like, assistance stuff settings for, like, well, blind people. Basically, like, there's stuff that helps you detect where your opponent is relative from you. You can use the special moves and the various steps on the stage and whatever, which is pretty neat. Which is kind of the opposite of visual clarity. But for example, something like Drive Impact, which is this very big, open, powerful move that you have to react to, has a very distinct audio cue. It also visually looks similar, although every character has a slightly different variation of it. So, like, the more important stuff that you really need to react to and focus on is actually highlighted. Other games are a lot worse in that. I think, for example, anime games especially have a tendency to just throw a lot of shit at the screen. Versus games, which are those, like, where in older iterations it would be something like Marvel vs. Capcom, revel in just filling the screen with shit, and there's usually so much going on so fast that not keeping track of it is core of the game, and like kind of the idea that you're overwhelming people and that everything is like very cheap and very bullshitty to a large degree, but you're like both doing it, so that's kind of the fun of it. So depending on which game specifically and which series, it usually boils down to learning to differentiate what is important from what isn't important, while also the devs usually doing a pretty good job of highlighting the important shit, making it visible and all that sort of shit. Specifically, for example, Chun-Li's Fireball in Street Fighter 6 was a little deceptive in the first two seasons, meaning that her Fireball's collision box, like where it actually hits you, was a little bigger than the visual indicator. So you would try to parry it and you would miss because, or rather you'd press the parry too early, because it was deceptive where exactly the Fireball's collision box was. And they adjusted that in the Season 3 patch. It wasn't like an egregious thing. If it wasn't like a very high-level, very nitty-gritty, competitive sort of game, people would not have given a fuck. It's not like massively desynced or anything. This was not like a bug that needed to be fixed or whatever. But even though it was just a very small, very minor adjustment, they did make that adjustment because visual clarity is, at the end of the day, that important. So they do value it, and they do try to combat it as much as they can. Which I obviously appreciate because that shit's important. Why when I diagnose my people think ADD is kid sponsoring of faults, inattentive ADD is less well known? Yeah, makes sense. I don't know that much about it, so I shouldn't really like self-diagnose like that. I know that you shouldn't do that in general or anyway. So I'm not really usually going around like, oh yeah, I also have this, I think, or whatever, right? So like this is not, I'm not gonna throw that out there as like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'm being weird, I have ADD, I'm confident, I have diagnosed myself or whatever. So I don't wanna self-diagnose with that sort of shit because I don't know much about it, but the whole like inattentive ADD thing is something I'd read about and thought like, oh yeah, that makes sense. ADHD, since we're hyperactive, is not always a thing in the way people expect. Yeah, or it expresses itself differently, where if your thoughts are jumping and racing from one thing to another, that's not necessarily visible from the outside, or if you're not able to keep track of things for a long time, or if for kids especially, I think the tricky part comes in when they're actually pretty good at school stuff, because usually it expresses itself in bad grades when you have some sort of disability. Of like some sort of mental disability at least. But if you happen to be pretty good at school stuff, then it will never really be noticed because, oh, your grades are good, or you're getting along with the tasks, you're doing the things you're supposed to be doing, well, clearly everything must be fine. So that makes it extra difficult, so we'll see. I have a written report from a social worker from when I was like 6 that basically was summed up as a kid is weird, yo. Unfortunate. Yeah, that was... I don't know. Again, especially with the whole, like, self-diagnosis thing, I shouldn't really think or talk too much about it. And it's not like I can really realistically do that much about it either. I'm not following my plan. I was early, fuck. You suck so much, bro. What the fuck was that shit? I thought he was on the road. That is so hard to deal with when things start going wrong in this manner. Okay, you did, never mind. Yeah. Oh, hey, we got a cutscene. Wait, this is happening now? I thought there was another one. Wasn't there another one? I thought it was 5. Maybe I'm mistaken. Ding. 1859. How about that sitting there and talking about other shit? Which is fine. Yeah, there's another one. Good. So if it's not on this lane, it's either downstairs by the individual bosses, like it's either this door. It is not. I wonder what that door is. Maybe that's related to doing the bindings actually. Then maybe up here, because there's also something up here. Yep, there we go. Yeah, really depends on how much it affects your life negatively, but it's definitely good to see it. I think I have those conditions affecting my life, I'm gonna start a proper process, see what it is and whether you can get anything for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Last I had the opportunity to do that, I had a wait time of like 8 months and essentially just couldn't or didn't really want to do that at the time. Like the waiting list for those sort of things were at the time already fucking massive. So it never ended up going anywhere. I saw that. what's all this? I see. Pantheon of Hellenist. So this is the hard one, huh? Let's have a look, see, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm fucked in some sort of way. I don't know what exactly. Oh, it's doing the Ascended version of all of this, I guess. Oh, that's at least something. Should probably not waste my delicious soul on Kingdom Flan. I missed. Ooh, that would have been my hit penalty. Ah, you're doing the charge. I forgot about the charge. Damn, I don't know. It's a stupid thing to say, obviously, and think that way, but I guess I'll manage, or at least try to manage and be fine. Wait, regular false name? I don't know. Not necessarily as in like, I'll be fine, but as in whatever. Greetings, Moss Charger. Oh, I'm bad. I'm bad. I am fucking trash. So this is just gonna be the lot of them. I think this is going through the hall from left to right so far. So it might be genuinely all of them. Which is kind of what I'm expecting, to be fair. No, this is not an order now, man. Probably still is all of them. This is also not the Ascended version, doesn't do the damage. I'm fucking trash. Regular Dung Defender. Part of me is hoping the order of the bosses is actually shuffled, because that will make it a little more interesting on replays, but it probably is actually a good thing if it's not shuffled, because then you can like prepare and plan and get ready. I am fucking trash. yourself into them. I do really like how unceremoniously he just like pop, he just fucking dies. Teaser? Oh, never mind. That's a good gag, nice. Didn't feel comfortable dodging further to the left there because I ran out of room for the projectiles. Or there were projectiles coming both in that area. Greetings, I have not practiced here yet, so don't kill me. I could not really tell what the fuck was going on. Wow, he goes up so high, holy shit, I forgot about that. So I can bow later. Actually, I'm going to wait for the bath here. Fair enough. I should probably learn that fight properly before we do blending stuff. You weren't completely breaking all that. Yeah. Just gonna do this. I have enough soul, I get enough soul for most of these fights. And this should be one of them. Alright, I got enough soul. I could have just pulled it on him, I don't know why I didn't do that. I was just hoping that it sufficed. I haven't fought you in at least like a minute. I am fucking trash, help. I thought I was elsewhere because my character collided with the projectile, which is fine, but then I ran behind this foreground thing, and I lost track of where I was for some reason. It is so fucking slow. unfortunate. Aw, caught me at an awkward angle. I don't know, I always enjoy this fight. This fight's always fun to me. Even if not necessarily difficult. Doesn't hurt that the song is a banger. Oh? Holy shit. Oh my lord, we're doing things. Let's go. Ooh. Hell yeah. This could be my favorite fight. Can't autopilot it. Movement there. It's actually just very cool. And Quite only one of them throw that, interesting. I was gonna ask, what happened to the other one? Why? For some reason thought the one that was sitting down up there was the one that I'm still fighting. Which does not make any semblance of sense, logically. Did you just crack their wrist at us? Yeah, basically. Yeah, that was great. That makes that fight much more enjoyable. It was already a good fight, but it always felt a little slow. I think I was, when I was noting this, I was saying that like that fight could be like 20% faster and it would still be very fun or very fun. And that's essentially what they did with the third sister joining. I do like that one of them also seems to be lesser HP because it's the one that you fight solo at the start. At least that's my interpretation of how that worked out. Maybe I just happened to hit one of them a ton more than the others. Thank you, Quick Slash and Fragile Strength, or rather Unbreakable Strength in this case. Broken Vessel. So this is making me wonder if we're gonna get the dream version of these fights separately. Oh, so that we're gonna be fighting Lost Kin later anyway, and that there's actually just more fights. Seems to be a thing they do, or when the brothers fight is less HP than Mato. Huh. That would make sense. Neat. It's cute, it's a cool way of like preserving the continuity of you having fought one of them for a little bit before the others join. While also like making the fight a little easier and a little bit more manageable. The high intensity, hey it's 3 at once thing is lessened by only having to deal with 2 of them for some of the time. And I think it's a more interesting way of doing that compared to just making their movesets blander. I might not make it past you. I'm a little afraid of you. I didn't quite understand your moveset. Ah, fuck, that was yellow, I couldn't put on. it gets quiet. Maybe it's a healing opportunity.
Vam. Finnen.
Oh, you mean the downtime before the other one joins in? Yeah, probably. That would make sense. Paint drops from the red jump gets me a lot. Yeah, me, I get hit by a lot of things yet still in that fight because I just don't know it particularly well yet as well. I'm slow. I accidentally dashed into him. Like, I accidentally walked into the spike club. So, where peace out as I've not beaten this yet? Yep, no worries, I'm not beating this either. Did you... I mean, I'm not gonna bother asking because I don't know what's coming yet, so the answer would not even help me, and I'm just inviting you to spell yourself. Haven't reached this boss. Yeah, okay. Good. That is enough to know. Hello, collector. I do always appreciate when games do this sort of funny shenanigans with the music, where it's like fitting to the boss fight. Like we get the fucked up version of the normal boss theme for the collector. Fits the vibe of the fight. And it's like a very simple but very effective and neat way of combining the different elements. This is your problem. Oh, I see. You're probably doing the bindings, I assume, or at least some of them. So, goodbye, I assume? Unless I misunderstood, which is very likely. They happen to be dying together most of the time for me, indeed. Oh, I've been almost fair with them. Me also die. Then I hit you. Get fucked. Tricky enough that I need to actually focus. He's exactly on the cusp between like I need to focus and I can actually not focus, so I'm tempting myself all the time to just mentally drift off and then I get hit for a stupid shit. Normal Grim, thankfully I don't need to walk in quite as hard, but still. Like, not walking in though makes me do shit like that, which is also not acceptable a little bit. Just ran out of Lesser Collector a couple times. I don't know, I'm trying all bindings for P1. As in for the first Pantheon, right? That's what that means. You're not like trying all bindings for this one specifically, but we're trying all bindings for the first one. So the binding, the Pantheon of the... I don't know what it's called anymore, Fred. The artist is the second. I thought maybe P1 meant like phase 1 of this and then you're switching off to something else or something. I just wanted to make sure that I understood correctly. Here we go here. I'm so free to the bot in this version. Oh. Still holding the heal button, wondering why no heal. he's dead. Okay. Don't run the damage charm if you heal focuses, so these ads don't die in minutes, so use quick nail arts. Fair enough. And get close a lot of the time. There's apparently a low reward for doing this one, specifically completely hitless. Again, fuck that. Yeah, hitless is out of the question. I might if I'm still interested at that point. Oh, I thought this was a fight. Yeah, we're not getting on as a boss, I assume. But yeah, I could see myself trying to do this with the bindings on. I would like to, but I don't know if I have the patience for it. I don't do that info. I would never have dodged that without the iframes on the dash. Because I would never have been able to tell that he was swinging. That was a bit of an awkward situation, I think. I know I'm healing. Just do things sometimes. I'm fucking trash. The Vengefly is the worst part of all Bunny simply because it's very boring to play. Also do some air tag. Yeah, I imagine. I already struggle with that thing when I have access to everything. Boom. Hey, it's summoned immediately. Nice. Can't reach the Jedi Flash home. Oh, that didn't happen. I am fucking sad. Help. Is that a good idea when you summon jellyfish? Oh wow, you like this. That must have hit you then with the up spell. One hit pogo weight, one hit pogo weight, the pushing underneath this I suppose maybe? Okay. It's Nosk, Knut! Hornosk! So this is the dreaded second version of Nosk that I was privy to because of the list in the Hall of All Bosses. Is it like Vengefly Nosk or what? I fucking suck ass. Yeah, you missed me with those, that's fine. Wow, that hit me! Wait, the fucking wings are hard to dodge. Fuck, I'm done. God damn it. Wow, that was pretty fast every once in a while. Fair enough. I think normal Nosk is harder. At least with this current setup and situation. Oh, fuck me. That is sooner than I was hoping for. Wow, that goes so far. I have not practiced this slide. Wow, that goes so far and that was 6 range. We parry those, we live, I think, maybe, hopefully. Alright, dash strike, whoops. Ah, goddammit. Okay, I need to actually practice Sly. I mean, if I survive, or if I get past Nosk with more resources, I can probably do it, but I may as well practice. So, you also don't know how many bosses there actually are, and I'm not gonna ask you. Because you haven't gotten past this either. Because I do wonder, I'm assuming it's every boss, but the fact that all of them were the non-dream versions makes me think maybe there aren't all bosses, and it's only the non-dream versions for each of them. Oh well, it's time to practice Sly then, I guess. Maybe I'll start with some of the other ones that we haven't done. We should have all but Absolute Radiance yet at this point. Let's try these two. Let's see how well this goes. Fine, but I do like the look to each other. It's pretty good. Those sword swings are rough to deal with. You fly upwards, so that up with you. I walked in too soon. On that one attempt, it was, I am tired, but fuck it, I'll give it a go. Late night attempt, honestly struggled the next day to remember what ended my run. So I don't actually know how many more I got after a slide, just so I lost her. Fair enough, He is taking so long. But don't worry, he has double damage. This is now an interesting fight. This is combat design. I didn't get my wall jump down, but they can go into sword attacks pretty fluidly, so I do kind of need to play this hit and run. Because I'm not beating them during the sword attacks, basically. I couldn't tell neither audio nor visual. Ah. I don't like this fight. I'd rather fight a fucking quartet of Mantle Lords, I think, than this. He is so fucking slow, help! Oh, he turned around immediately after that, fair enough. I think I want to Shade Cloak dash into them during that so I can punish with 2 swings and actually speed up this fight. Boah, he swung normally. He hadn't done that on the last fucking 4 attempts or 5 to him. Oh, he's dead. Oh, those always fight together. I'm fucking so. I was too far away for the shake cloak, and thus I couldn't try my new strat, and then I, instead of going even further away, I was like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. I find it very difficult to stay locked in during the second part of this fight, or during the first part, honestly. Fuck me. See, I need to stay locked in because if he just decides to melee there, I don't immediately explode. Which is not great. Yes. I didn't go far enough. I need to leave after that one. That's hard. That was a clean dodge, hold on. Oh, he's doing
Finna.
This is gonna be a very RNG heavy fight at the end of the day. It really depends on how many special moves I do. Yeah, I am predicting when they're doing the regular assault attacks. I dashed too far, fuck. I should've, it's hard to set that up for the right spacing. But yeah, I think the idea is I bait an attack and then I dash in to punish them, and I dash in not just like after the attack, but rather when the attack is still active, and use my iframes to get in and punish properly. So I make them with either a normal... These two are still annoying. Oh, that wasn't far enough, god damn it. That is so annoying to judge. But yeah, gotta be far enough spaced away that if I, spaced away far enough that if I do a dash, I don't land inside of them, but I do time it so that I am using the invincibility to go through their attack. And also, after all of their special attacks, and even after their normal sword swings, they can very, very quickly go into another set of sword swings if they want to. I was way early. But yeah, I was kind of doing it there on the first melee attack. And from there it's just dealing with the odd special moves that come out here and there. It seems like at the start of phase 2 they don't do any special moves, maybe so you can get used to them doing their stuff. in sync with each other. I am old. I did get the parry, but he moved into my collision box, so I did. That's kind of a shame how that works. To be fair, parries kind of need a weakness because with the attack speed charm, you get so many accidentally even if you don't really turn them or delete them. I hate it here, god damn it. I clipped him very, very briefly there, that was almost safe. I needed to commit to one of the two to jump over them and get to the other side again. I am old, I was just spamming a tag. I was also mentally just elsewhere, thinking about how many attacks that was and if I can maybe squeeze another one in and all that sort of shit rather than just looking at what my opponent was doing. Why don't you go full screen, Mr. Funny Dash Attack Man? Just fucking go full screen and make it easier to predict where you are. Yes, sir. He didn't jump away! Fuck me, I didn't want to be on top of him because he might jump away randomly. Instead he immediately went into a swing, so I needed to be fucking Giga locked in there and immediately dash through. Ah, fuck man. I am thinking I can consistently get 3 swings there when I cannot. I don't know why I started thinking that, it was never paid out the entire time. I'm just a greedy bitch. I dodged on reaction there, and I was thinking if I was going to comment on that and what I was going to say, and doing that I just dodged into the next attack, like for no reason. I was not ready. You have big... And here I was thinking about commenting on the fact that, hey, it happened again, but it was like really, really close this time. I was thinking about if I should maybe say something about that, and then another attack comes, and this time I'm not autopilot dodging, this time I'm autopilot standing there and fucking dying, so lose-lose, I guess. That was an autopilot dodge, I was already drifting off again. I shouldn't have fireballed there, that was so greedy. That was such a good start though, I got so many hits, they did the right thing for me, I am just fucking trash. I can always fireball later. I don't really need to do that while we're in the cycle of them missing me and then punishing them. Could try D-Dark when things get too dicey. Look, man, he's just camping on one side and I can't quite judge what the other guy is doing just yet, so I end up in the middle between them, and they both simultaneously, for a change, decide to do a normal melee attack, so I was just like running from one to the other and then just died on the second one. I wonder if I can D-Dark the battle cry. Probably not. It's a very Monster Hunter brain thing to do. Or to think about even. Maybe I can dodge the war and not be startled. I couldn't quite get through him. He was so close to the wall that I couldn't stay on the right side, but I also couldn't quite get through him. I could have actually just timed my dodge to the right and be invincible while he comes down, which is a little tricky. That sounds harder than it is, the way I described it. Come on, man, you don't have to do that. I'm just wasting both of our times. I am busy yapping. Shut the fuck up, game. You don't need to immediately punish me, okay? Let me just, like, vent occasionally. This is pretty tedious and annoying, so give me a moment here and there. I am early, fuck. Everything was going well, they were being kind to me. I fucking slid off the wall. I am bad. I'm not used to doing parkour anymore. I'm like, that's kind of one of the things I don't like about shit like this. I am not playing the game anymore, basically. Like, I'm playing something that is basically not even Hollow Knight. I'm not actually traversing, exploring, climbing, jumping, running. I'm just like fighting mediocre bosses one after the other forever until the end of time. I kind of miss playing the actual game. That was almost a really time dodge. I didn't hear anything until like frames before he hit me. I heard a very faint. And that was all I heard before he fucking came from full screen. I guess I can't afford to fight at the edge of the screen, because obviously the camera says you can't see what the enemy is doing, so... My bad, I guess I gotta fight in between them or some fucking garbage, or I just stick with this plan and hope I get lucky this time and either randomly hear the audio cue faintly though it might be, or I just have the other guy do his shit, which is much more manageable. What are we doing? I did it again. I should have dodged to the right. I was even thinking about it this time, but I for some reason was still mentally in the fucking I need to hit them phase. Why did the other one also jump across the entire screen when the first one did a special attack? That is fucking cheap. Ah, he turned around and swung immediately. Fuck. So I feel like they have some sort of special scripting that makes them immediately attack if you're ever between them, and they're actually trying to get you between themselves, or between each other. And then they just run up and do sword swings, so if I manage to recognize that in time and jump in time, then that should always be dodgeable, but it is hard. And I've been fucking up my double jumps pretty hard as well, because I'm not used to playing the game anymore. So I'll just swing sword until things die, simulator. I don't know why he was standing there parrying. Fuck. Oh, god damn it. I almost managed to maneuver between them as well, despite the circumstances. This is such a random fucking fight, I hate it. Don't really have much room to either side right now. Hey, they're not doing the same thing this time. Maybe it's not as scripted as I thought. And it's just a very awkward coincidence multiple times in a row. No, he lagged, dude. The fucking game froze for a second as I killed the other dude, so I panicked and pressed dash too early. Oh, for fuck's sake. God damn it. I'm pissed. Fucking hit stuff from playing this fucking guy. We traded. Fantastic. I got the parry too, again, and he died from the parry, but his hitbox was still moving into my own. So I was still fucking getting it. Great. Oh, I do get to hit both of them at the same time, dude. I am early, what the fuck? Wait, he suddenly did a parry stance, and that used... They used that to immediately fucking kill me. That, okay. That's new, I guess? How do I interact with that if that isn't on... I mean, there was a fucking proper wall right there. Parrying into doing a jump attack at that spacing where I had to dodge away from the parry so I don't get hit by a fucking random follow-up swing. Then I'm stuck in the corner with my invincibility on cooldown, so when he crushes me against the wall where there's absolutely no space for me to dodge, while the other guy on the other side is doing the spin, so I couldn't even go through this idiot. That was a bit cheap, I gotta say, game. That was not exactly fair. I didn't get my jump, I was in recovery after the hit, for fuck's sake. God damn it. The issue with that sort of shit is that in this game, your jump height depends on how long you hold down the button. So if you want to jump high, you press the button once and hold it down, which in turn means if you're trying to jump high, which I was trying to do there, you can't afford to press the button multiple times in case you miss the timing window for it. So I wanted to press the jump button as soon as I could act there, and I had to hold it down so I can jump high. But I was a frame or 3 or something, I don't know, too early with my fucking jump button after I attacked the enemy. And since I can't afford to just double tap it, or just... I'm fucking elaborating. But yeah, since I can't afford to double tap it, because I need to get the height, I had to just hope that it's the right timing, and it wasn't, so I fucking died. Whereas if it's like an attack or a spell or something, I can just like double tap it whenever I want to use it, and then if it doesn't come out because of the short buffer window, then that's fine, it'll come out on the second input, and usually the timing is still okay. But obviously I can't do that if I'm trying to jump high, because again, I have to actually hold the fucking button, so... That was wrong. some minor pop trouble there. There we go, final win. Some dumbass foot.
Final.
Okay, I'm gonna call it here. It's been almost 4 hours. I have yet to eat dinner, so I'm gonna try to digest some food real quick before I fall asleep. I am also feeling myself running out of energy, and I am thus gonna be calling it here. Pretty good progress. Couple new bosses, a couple of them already no hit, very nice.